I don't normally post videos like this, but since solo leveling is over and I'm in a content drought, I asked myself, why not? So today we'll be talking about some anime that I've been watching this season, and maybe, just maybe, you'd find something in this list that's in no particular order that you'd pick up and watch and start enjoying with me. So let's jump right in. Now, I couldn't make this video without first highlighting two anime that I've absolutely dropped with extreme prejudice, one more than the other. And funny enough, this one got me some flashbacks to another PNG slideshow anime from Netflix, one that shall not be named. And if you picked up on that, that's correct. I am talking about the beginning before the end. Even if you haven't heard of this one, I'm pretty sure you've seen the memes by now. This one went downhill faster than Uzumaki did, and that's setting a world record. Even the first episode was a cookie cutter copy of Mushoku Tensei ran through ChatGPT, Bing image generator, and finally Canvas. Mash that all together with a lackluster studio and you get this convoluted mess that was the production of this anime. Like many others, I've heard amazing things about the manhwa for this show. Many are saying, oh, this is how isekai should have been made. I was so excited, but sadly the execution was less than stellar. And episode 2 showcased that more than ever. So without even giving it a second look, it was dropped. But hey, I've heard that there's a petition to cancel and redo the animation. I'd sign it. Please. And if you were listening, I said yeah, that there were 2 disappointments for me this season. Funny enough, the beginning before the end wasn't the biggest disappointment. Oh no. There's another anime that took that trophy and more, and it's one you've probably never heard about. Super Cute. It's a Chinese anime who, in its first episode, captured the hearts of many. In fact, the first episode was so good, many touted this anime as being the animation of the year, just by that alone. And even I thought the rest of the season would be stellar. I was so wrong. I could tell something was wrong right after episode 4, but I couldn't quite put my hands on it until I saw this. Yeah. Yes, that's an actual frame of animation, or rather, an actual scene that was animated within the series. When I saw that, I thought that maybe I might have been seeing double. So I went back and checked the first episode, and oh my gosh, to my surprise, episode 1 and 2 look completely different from the show. Just look at this side by side. You could never tell that it was the same anime. The shift is abysmal. I thought I could bear it, but this is just another classic example of an anime over-promising and it can't deliver and then falling short. Why is this giving me a Ninja Kamui flashback? My god. It's like I have anime PTSD or something. I felt so much hope watching the first episode of this anime, and then it fell short. Oh well, definitely dropped. At the making of this video, I only watched 1 episode of Yaiba. Yeah, I know I'm behind. Sue me, I have a life, okay? So with 1 episode, I don't really think that I can say if I'll keep it or not, but I've been hearing some really good things about it. And seeing how the studio is currently handling it, so far, so good. But as you know, you can't trust episode 1. But anyways, so far episode 1 was absolutely amazing. The animation style is fast, vibrant, and cool. Kind of reminds me of that old school anime, but with a modern punch added. Bardock and his son Kakarot wants to become the greatest swordsman ever. Kid Goku here loves to fight the strongest opponents. So he takes on this giant gorilla to win, but accidentally stow away and ended up meeting up with a friend where they freeload, quote unquote. It's at this time that Goku finally met Tien and they face off, and that's pretty much episode 1. And I know I probably butchered that, but it's your fault for trusting me to follow such a fast-paced story. At any rate, as of episode 1, I'm definitely gonna keep watching and probably report back my findings at the end of the season. I don't know, let's see what happens. My Hero Academia Vigilantes, and yes, in fact, I am a My Hero Academia fan. This channel actually started out with my first video being My Hero, but I kind of fell off hard in seasons 4 and 5. And I was trying to get back into it last season, but I really wasn't feeling it. But maybe I'll just do a revision, you know, who knows. I also read the manga up to a certain point, and I even downloaded Vigilantes and was going to read until I heard that the anime was being produced. So I decided, you know what? I won't blemish my eyes on the manga because I wanted to go into the anime as raw as possible. Though I consider the first episode a slow start, it seems to be building up to something much bigger, and I love that Studio Bones and the original My Hero team is working on this. And they're definitely applying their skills in animation for this one, making it look more like a comic book, which fills my heart with such joy. Unlike a certain green-haired annoying protag, Koichi seems more down to earth, but he's got a light in his eyes to be Mr. Nice Guy. While trying to help the people, he gets wrapped up into something much bigger, something that may determine his future. This is not the government-backed heroes that we've all come to love. These guys operate in the shadows as vigilantes, and I'm totally in, as I like rooting for the underdog. Oh, and I also saw Deku's mom. There's Deku's mom right there. Think I didn't see? Can't pull one over me. Funny enough, I kind of thought this story would have been much earlier, long before Deku's mom, probably a little after the big villain of My Hero Academia, the original story, maybe focusing on another user or something along that lines. You know what I'm talking about, but it doesn't seem to be that. So far, I'm enjoying, and knowing me, I'll at least stick to season 1. If I don't, I'll let you guys know. Sword of the Demon Hunter, Devil May Cry, and Moonrise. The reason why all of these are bunched together here is because it's very simple. I've either only watched half or the first episode, but still haven't drawn up a good enough opinion to share all my thoughts all at once. But sooner or later, hopefully, I'll complete everything before the end of the season. And then I'll make a dedicated video on each of them. Maybe, who knows? As you know, it's been a stacked anime season, and I'm still actually finding other anime that I want to add to my collection. And it's not so easy for me to find the time, to devote the time to watching all of these series, but I definitely do my best to, and I promised myself that this year I'd be watching more anime than I did last year. I'll definitely give it a try. If I fail, you'll definitely hear about it. But no promise. But so far, from what I've seen, it's interesting enough for me to continue watching all 3 of these series. To Be Hero X. I wasn't going to watch this one. I didn't even know it was even going to come out or what it was about. As this season, I didn't watch any trailers or anything. It was a close friend of mine that asked me to watch it with him, and then I decided, since I had like 10 minutes. But that 10 minutes turned into nearly an episode because I ended up watching episode 1 and 2, and I was freaking blown away by how gorgeous this anime looks. Normally, I'm not a big fan of 3D animated shows, but this one took my breath away with its stunning visuals, epic fight scenes, stylized backgrounds, interesting story, and even the music. And the music was composed by none other than Hiroyuki Sawano himself. Holy freaking cow. The production team isn't one to scoff at either. I found out that To Be Hero X is a co-production between Bedream, Bilibee, and Aniplex, bringing together different animation styles from all over the world. This synergistic cacophony can only be described as art or peak cinema. You could pause on any scene and that's screensaver worthy. Even the likes of Natsuki Hane, the voice of Tanjiro and Ken Takuhara, is here voicing the main character, and he sounds like he's in his element. Everything about the show totally blows me away, and I'm definitely watching till the end. So let me know what you think about my list so far. Are there anime on here that you're currently watching and enjoying, or are there anime that you'd like to suggest for me? Go ahead, don't be shy. I've been your host, Kyle. Peace out, stay safe out there, V Nation. Bye.